Hey, welcome Bigfoot's Cave. This one's gonna be a little bit different. No eBay win, no auction lots, no cleanups. It's gonna be a little bit off the wall for me. I've been asked multiple times because of different angles that I've used, either showing auction wins, stuff I've cleaned up, or even the background here. So we're gonna give this a little chaotic shop tour. And you can see the disaster area I call the cave. So if you want to hang out, let's check it out. Hey, welcome back to the cave. Well, here's the disaster area. So I've been asked by a few people. I've been asked by a few people to kind of show my disaster area. So old gun racks, use them to hold the broom handles, brushes. Got a couple of gas station signs. I get that filled out someday. Just want to find the signs I like. But up front, 10-inch Craftsman saw, Craftsman router, my old Craftsman trifold table. Got a 10-inch miter saw, the desktop version of the old Black& Decker Shopmate. I've been really happy with this rigid 12-inch compound sliding miter saw. Been great for me. My auction snag, got it for 80 bucks. It was just missing the yellow safety key. That bad boy's been around forever. That was my dad's. I used it and still use it occasionally. Everybody see my little cart if you see my other videos. My rolling trash can, I got tired of trying to move that around when it was full of metal, plastic, and other crud. I think everybody's got a metal shelf that just collects everything. Car stuff, cleaners, oils, chemicals, sprays, whatever's. Fifth scale RC car, old. Everybody can laugh. Old Sears Lobo. Can't get rid of that. And my table that I'm not supposed to have crud cluttered on. I gotta get that cleaned off. But that's where we can sit, play cards, have a beer, whatever. Cool thing about it is the two barrels that support the table, they're actual Jim Beam whiskey barrels. Then I got a bunch of staples, crud on the up against the wall, all my sanding stuff, some chemicals, rags, shop rags, some hand saws. Obviously, if you see my other videos, you know what that means. There's the beer fridge, most important part of the garage. And I'm sure you noticed, I love my signs. If you haven't done it to your shop, make sure you have fire extinguisher that's good and ready to go. Don't need trouble. Last thing you want is something getting out of control and losing your tools and shop. In the area, do a lot of the little micro cleaning on. A lot of big, huge boxes down there that are nothing but RC car stuff. A little Dremel station. Quick grab tools. Just one or two RC car parts. Because that kind of goes with the one or two RC cars I got. Little micro stuff. Laptop hiding under there. Threw some shelves up. Got some projects that me and my grandson made. Well, primarily he did. I just held the nails as he put them in. Cool little tools, bits and bobs. See, George, I told you I had the perfect place for that wood cheese box. It goes great with my grandfather's craft brick box. Bunch of cool stuff. Gotta have a big TV. For the computer side, my grandfather's oscilloscope, his original RCA technician toolbox, more boxes, cool stuff. Primarily the corded power tool area, except for my grandson's little cordless drill. And my overflow that I kind of exceeded the weight limits on those two drawers because that's why they collapsed. So I'm going to have to rethink that. Recycled, repurposed, whatever they wanted to call that. I got containerators in the bottom of that, and that's for all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. In the cart, pile of stuff I got to clean up. Another project to clean up. Anybody says Harbor Freight's always just junk, I've had no problems with my 20-ton press. Uh, Instead of fighting with the handle disappearing, I mounted one of their magnetic rails on it to keep it in check. I worked left, more junk, a lot more junk. That's the bottomless pit. That's you didn't see the mountain of crud that I still ain't got to yet. But got me a little drill press, a little 1x30, 6x30, 4x30, whatever it is, 4x60, whatever it is. It's another sander, scroll saw, a bunch of little storagey things. And it's still too daggone hot in here. My wife and my buddy took OSB and recycled 2x4s, made that workbench, and this workbench assembly while I was at work. More storagey crud. And the guys that got to have parts and pieces, that workbench is completely covered in parts and pieces. And that's just the little smattering of them. But not saying I'm old school. Got a receiver, got a CD player, and hiding back there's a bass module for my Bose Cubes. If you're going to have sound, got to have good sound out here. And my Craftsman lights still work. And so do those. Yeah, I got signs everywhere. My little baby Cobalt. Yeah, too many of them running around. They're hard sided, but these little Lidl containers, magnetic, they're nice. I like them. But, and then there's two boxes all the way down to the compressor, the other door. That's kind of the shot you guys normally see. Could be just as bad as the Blair Witch Project. Even had a autograph sign out here. Another safety feature. When I put the power in, this is on its own breaker and is dedicated for just chargers. And when it's not in use, it's switched. I'm not going to have one of these take my shop apart. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere, everywhere. And my little compressor on the other side of the mess. Scrap container I am working on. Got to find something to do with the bag of Quikrete so I can get that off my floor. So if that little bit wasn't enough, I also got one sitting down here. I built this over the last few years, modified it to 4x8 full sheets, double thick. So plenty of screws. My grandfather used baby food jars on a bunch of little rows. I turned around, couldn't do that because I kept breaking the glass jars that I got at the bottom, or large plastic containers. Made a little space that's walled in for containers of stuff. Built shelves on the end for some old Chiltons and Haynes, spray paint, stains, other stuff. My grandfather's vice, my great grandfather's vice. Obviously, they all passed down, so I'm fourth generation on this one. Like one, two, three, yeah, third on this, fourth on this. Because of that, that's why this is just lightly gets rubbed, but it doesn't. It's not going to get totally restored. Still ain't put this stuff away because I pretty much put the squares all the way down. Thanks to Rollerball and his idea. So variable speed, and I usually keep it about here. That way I don't heat it up too much. Just basic Harbor Freight stuff. Works great. Old piece of bathroom countertop. Cut, chemicals. Don't have to worry about damaging anything. Easy to clean up. Who cares? Silicone trays. Got them cheap at Lidl when they had them. Ultrasonic cleaner. That come off that's the side of the 5-drawer Harbor Freight shop cart. I didn't put it because I'm using that as a nightstand. So I didn't need the wheels, didn't need that, and the handle. So I decided perfect place to put quick access sprays. Took the magnet off, mounted a cup holder right here with a guard. So quick access to 91 distilled water, oil for the air tools. Some of the best grease out there. Just a little bit goes a long way. So that this pile and that and that and that, that's my backlog of stuff to tidy up and clean. Well, that and all that, that's my freebie junk that anybody can have when they're over. It's probably as bad as watching the Blair Witch Project with the moving around. I decided that my new SK was going to go here. So quarter up in there, excess 3/8 here, excess ½ inch there. That'll work. And like any shop, got to have shelves underneath that just full of cases and tools. So here's my disaster area, and thanks to everybody that subscribes, watches, likes, dislikes, thumbs up, thumbs down, leaves comments. Appreciate everybody. There you go. Have a great one.